Hey friends, okay, so today's video, I'm gonna talk about Holy Week, kind of give you some ideas, things that we do in our family, some things we might do differently this year. But as a Catholic family, what do we do? Just to kind of give you some ideas. I like to do this video a couple weeks in advance so that I get ready, and also if you want to start planning for Holy Week so that it is just amazing, now's the time to start doing that. I want to start off by reminding you that Good Friday, which is the Friday before Easter, that is a fasting day. So as Catholics, it is 2 very small meals, 1 small meal for breakfast, 1 small meal for lunch, and 1 regular meal for dinner. Now you can just fast on bread and water or just water. Some people do that too, but it is a day of mourning in the Catholic Church, and so it is not optional. It is something that we have to do unless we're, pregnant or, we have health issues or something like that. But I just wanted to remind you that is an actual fasting day in the Catholic Church. And so there's that. I also wanted to talk about this list. I love it. I made this list a couple years ago and I use it every year. It is so good. I have this whole planner to go with it, and so if you want this, I'll link it down below, but I'm gonna go through this list. So pretty much the whole week I take off from anything, and what I do on Monday through Wednesday is I will deep clean my house, and I kind of use that as like a part of penance. Like that is a time where I'll spring clean, I will deep clean things, I'll go through drawers, I'll just like go a little bit deeper than I normally would, but I will like block off that time to intentionally clean my house. And so if that's something that you want to do too, I do have this spring cleaning checklist over on my website. I'll link it down below. You don't have to give me your email or anything. It's just a free something that I thought would be helpful. It's helpful for me, and so I thought it might be helpful for you too. But pretty much it goes through your entire house and just helps you like just check things off and deep clean. So something else you might want to do is go to confession. If you didn't get to go to confession during this time, you might want to go now during Holy Week, and because you want to be the most pure you can be for the coming of Jesus and Easter. So that's something too, if you haven't gone, you might want to go. So pretty much on Good Friday, something that a lot of Catholics do, this is becoming more and more popular, and I understand why it is so amazing, is they do a devotion called the Divine Mercy Novena. And so pretty much it starts on Good Friday, and then for novena means 9. So for 9 days, you're praying the Divine Mercy Chaplet, and you're doing specific prayers with it. And so pretty much those prayers are, I have them on here, kind of like the cheat sheet. You can print this off as well, but pretty much each day you have like a kind of a meditation that you do with the Divine Mercy Chaplet that day. And you want to try to pray that Divine Mercy Chaplet at 3 o'clock if you can. If you can't, that's okay, but that's recommended because that's the time that Jesus died. And so every day you're going to focus on something different during the 9 days. And so it ends the week after Easter. And so every year people pray the Divine Mercy Novena. And so it starts Good Friday and ends the week after, the Sunday after Easter. It is so powerful and so beautiful. I can't recommend it enough. It will change you. It is so beautiful, meditative. And I know a lot of people have a hard time with the rosary because it's long and they're worried that we're worshiping Mary, even though we're totally not. This is focused on Jesus, and this is a lot quicker than the rosary. But I have a video on how to pray. Like I pray literally bead for bead with you. So I'll link that down below if you've never prayed the Divine Mercy Chaplet. It is truly life-changing. It's so beautiful. Something else you might want to do is make sure you get Good Friday off of work if you can. Some people take the whole week off. But if you can't, try to get Friday off and to really go deep on Friday, on Good Friday, and just like remember what Jesus did for you. My husband and I usually will watch some of the Passion. Every year we kind of bounce around on the Passion. It's a little long for us, but it is beautiful. And so we will focus on different parts, different years. So that's something you could do. If you could watch the whole thing, that's great. It's just with our little kids, we can't, like, do that much because we have little kids, and it is definitely not a little kid movie. Also, you might want to meal plan if you are hosting Easter, or even Holy Thursday if you're doing, you know, washing of the feet and you are making bread that day. A lot of people make bread. If you have a special meal that you have during Holy Thursday and Holy Friday or anything like that, definitely have that kind of all prepped. Maybe even like Monday through Wednesday, like those can be like the prep days. I do have these as well, and it's just pretty much planners for the actual week. So Palm Sunday, like what are your spiritual goals on Palm Sunday? On Holy Monday, prep things like what do I want to do, like clean the bathrooms this day, go grocery shopping, you know, kind of like plan out your Holy Week so that you can really get the most of it without stressing out. Yeah, so, and then at the bottom it said, you know, there's Holy Thursday, Good Friday, Holy Saturday. And so pretty much you can also write like what you're gonna do on those days. Like for example, Holy Saturday, we do Easter eggs. We pretty much set up for Easter. We remind the kids like Jesus isn't here yet, but we do set up for Easter on Holy Saturday. And so on Easter morning, it's all set up. So we'll do that towards the end of the day on Holy Saturday. We'll do Easter eggs, we'll dye Easter eggs. That's what we do in our family. We also on Holy Saturday is we make these. We started doing these a couple years ago. They're so great. And it's pretty much a kit, an Easter candle kit. And so these are great to have like in the center of your table for Easter dinner, Easter brunch, all of that. But pretty much my kids make them and they're so sweet. I absolutely love it. So if you want a kit, they do sell out usually really quick. I'll link this one down below. And then on the other sheet, there is Holy Week planning. And so pretty much it has a little checklist as well. So Easter outfits, do all the kids have their Easter outfits? Easter goodies, do Holy Week menu, confession, all the things. So this is specifically for Holy Week. All right, so make sure you have all your Easter gift. I did a video last week on all the Catholic Easter gift ideas, super fun. So if you're looking for some inspiration, I'll link that down below. If your family does dye Easter eggs, make sure you have the dye. There have been years where I'm like, I don't have any dye and I don't want to run to the store. So I've had to get creative, but if your family does dye Easter eggs, that's a tradition that we do in our family. Also, if you do like resurrection rolls, which we do that, we make it a part of our breakfast. It's these rolls where there's a marshmallow in the middle and you make them as a family Easter morning, and then pretty much you bake them, and when they come out, it's just this hollow, empty roll. So all the marshmallow, you know, is in the roll, but you can't see it. And so it's called resurrection rolls. They're super good. I'll link a recipe down below, but you pretty much talk about the resurrection. It's a really fun, neat idea. Okay, so for Good Friday and Holy Saturday, I would say have a plan for quiet time. Like those are the days of like meditation, quiet, maybe no phones, no, you know, movies or anything, unless it's something like geared for Jesus. So that's something that you can kind of think ahead of. What do we want to do today that will hold it apart so that we're thinking about Jesus? So I have all of those. And then there's also at the bottom, there's like a checklist. So just like to check out the times at your church. So you could put this on the fridge, and then you could say, okay, what time is confession at? Holy Thursday, what time is the service at? Good Friday, what time is the veneration of the cross? Station of the Cross on Friday, what time is that? Easter Vigil and Easter Sunday Mass. So you can write all the Mass times. Now I will say there's Easter Vigil. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. It's usually a lot of the RCIA people who are coming into the Catholic faith. It's usually really late at night. I've been to it a couple times. It is extremely long. So you might not want to take little kids to that, but if you go to that, you don't necessarily have to do Easter Mass and vice versa. So it's like kind of one or the other. But it is really neat. Like if you don't have children, it is a really neat experience. And then of course, Easter Mass is totally different readings. and it's a whole nother thing. So you can always do both. Anyway, those are some just ideas. I will put everything down below. Like, you know, you can print out any of these, all of these. I'll link everything down below. These are all free. I just thought it would be super helpful. So anyway, until next time, I will see you all later. God bless. Bye.